Okay, welcome everybody to another Modo League. Going to be running some Rhinos through today. We are fresh off the back of the Violent Outburst ban. Seen quite a few people running what I think will be the go-to list for Rhinos post-ban. So that is a more banned list with Ardent Plea and Shardless Agent, and then the same kind of, and then the Scion Leyline package, which I think is probably the go-to one for now. But I think I want to try a few different things out, and we're going to start off with a cross between two of my favorite decks. So got Rhinos and 4-color Omnath Elemental style deck. I tested this a few times before the Violent Outburst ban. It was it was all right. It just didn't didn't quite perform as well as Rhinos, but gonna give this a go. Got a few interesting choices just to refine the list. I think I'm just playing a few one-offs to see how they feel. So we've got one Fable of the Mirror Breaker, one Dismember, one Force of Negation in the main. We've got 3 Teferis. The rest of it is pretty recognizable as Rhinos or 4-color stuff. Just going to see how they feel really when you draw them. You know, if there are going to be situations where you really want more Force of Negation in the main, more Fables, more 1 mana removal spells. So yeah, sideboard, bit of a it's kind of mix of everything really. We do have 3 more Force of Negations in the sideboard, so where we need to bring those in, we can. But yeah, excited to give this a go. See whether we can either destroy the competition or destroy my play point balance on Magic Online. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Do let me know if you've got any other suggestions for Rhinos and the directions to take. But yeah, just going to be trying a few things out, see how we get along. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well. And please do consider subscribing to the channel if you like. Playing quite a lot of Modern and Pioneer at the moment, so if that's the kind of content you're after, please do follow along. Right, so what do we think of this? I think I'm going to keep this. It's a weird hand, but we can go. We've got enough lands. We can go suspend on 1, turn 2, either surveil and suspend or ice a land. So I think yeah, we can just about keep this. If you are interested in my initial thoughts after the banning of Violent Outburst for Rhinos, you can go and check out the video I put out. It was this Monday just gone, and this was one of the things I identified as wanting to try. Looks like it could be Yawgmoth. So if this is a creature, we'll probably just fire it, unless it's a young wolf. Okay, it is a young wolf. Okay, so now what we want to do, I think, is just go suspend, surveil, suspend again, because turn 2, the only thing they could play a couple of 1-drops, or they could play Wall of Roots or something. I don't know, maybe we were meant to ice there, but I think getting the Rhinos on suspend is good. We could shoot here, but I don't know how good that is. I think now, given that they haven't played any mana creatures, I think I'm just going to tap the Overgrown Tomb in their upkeep, unless we draw anything really good. Right, so we've got the other Flooded Strand, so let's go and get a Surveil land. Let's get Meticulous Archive. No, we've got the ability to get red. Solitude is an interesting one. We do have enough mana. I think I'm going to take that one. Don't necessarily want to show the opponent that's what we've got either. Maybe a red Surveil land would be good because it is our off colour. So draw the Solitude, play the Flooded Strand, which has to go and get red now, unfortunately. Okay, we'll just pass the turn, and then I'm going to ice the... I guess I should fetch first. Well, maybe that's stupid because we could draw Dismember or something. Yeah, let's just go and get Xander's Lounge. We don't want to draw that really, I guess. Yeah, I probably should have just iced first. But this, in theory, stops them playing Grist. Okay, Omnath's a good draw. So now we can go next turn Omnath, the turn after Solitude. Hopefully draw a white card to go with our Solitude. Okay, there's a young wolf. Opponent plays a Surveil land of their own. So I think just going to play Omnath here. Unless we draw something. I think the only thing I'd consider would be a Cascade effect. Do have Rhinos coming down next turn. Well, there's a Cascade effect. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play that one. Like, I think that's probably better than Omnath here. Because we can pitch Omnath to Solitude. Okay, we revealed quite a lot of cards, so the opponent does know what's going on now. And then we'll just play the Plains. Oh, should have checked. Yeah, that's fine to play Omnath. So if they go for a Yawgmoth, I think I'll just Solitude it. Okay, no Yawgmoth, it's a Grist. Okay, so they're going to sacrifice a creature to destroy a Rhino, but then we can attack Grist. We've got more Rhinos coming down this turn. Again, wouldn't mind finding a white card. Looks like they don't have Yawgmoth. This Rhino is going to be a 5/5. I don't know if we're meant to attack Grist here. I actually think we're meant to attack the opponent. Like, well, Grist will make a thing, I guess, which is better for Chord of Calling. Okay, we find another white card, which is really nice. So we could just play Solitude. Exile this young wolf, attack. No, I don't think so. I think, yeah, I'm going to kill Grist here. Although attacking them for 5 down to 12. I think I'm going to kill Grist. No, let's attack them. I think one creature token. Like, they can, well, if they play a land, they can Chord anyway. We've got the Solitude. And like giving them less ability to gain life is nice. Sorry, to, less life to activate Yawgmoth. Okay, Subtlety's interesting. Doesn't really help us here. But we will go back up to 20 life. Solitude is a bit of a weird one because we don't really want to be giving the opponent loads of life. But here, if they play Yawgmoth, it's just better than... yeah, it's just better to kill it and give them a couple of life. Yawgmoth's a 2/4, is it? I should know that, really. I don't actually know I know it's 4 toughness. Okay, they have a Soul Cauldron, which is fine. Solitude also good here because it doesn't kill Yawgmoth. So they can't Soul Cauldron it back. We get to make even more Rhinos here. and then we're just swinging for the opponent. Okay, that's interesting. So, okay, opponent concedes. So a Flooded Strand is good. We can go Flooded Strand, make the mana, cast Solitude, although we probably don't there. We'd probably go play the land and then you just use it to gain life, and then we can subtle, because otherwise if we Solitude something here of little value, then we can't cast both of these in the opponent's turn. Yeah, so we would have just swung with everything. Yeah, play the land, gain 4, swung with everything. Okay, so Force of Negation out. We want these endurances. We want the subtlety. What don't we like? All of these cards are good. Teferi, we definitely want the subtlety. We could consider Force of Vigor. It's good against Soulless Jailer and against like, what's the other one? Chalice or Soul Cauldron, but how good is Teferi? It bounces Soul Cauldron is one of the main attractions. Going up to 4 subtlety is nice. We want all the fire ice. Like, I think Fable is probably fine. Dismember's good. Is it just splitting the difference between Endurance and Teferi? Maybe Endurance is probably just better. Like, Teferi's big draw is bouncing the Soul Cauldron, but Endurance can just exile what they were going to get with it anyway. So I think, and Endurance can be cast for free. Annoyingly, if they'd banned Shardless Agent, we could have been running Kahira here. But that is something I did try before. I think they have to mulligan this on the draw. It's just too slow. This is better. So we go. Let's put back the basic forest. This hand's not amazing. Okay, we didn't really want to see Halfling. We'd love to see a Dismember off the top. Don't think we're in the market to Solitude the Halfling. Okay, we do quite like the Misty though. Although we can't go and get a red Surveil land. Maybe that's something to consider, having a different land. Are they going to go for a Grist here? Looks like it. Turn 2 Grist's pretty good. Yep. Okay, so now I think we just need to go and get a red source so we can just kill the Halfling. Yeah, it's going to get Xander's Lounge. I think we just want to kill the Halfling. We're going to have to shock one of these in anyway. Island, Swamp, Mountain. Let's do this. I think we just go fire, kill this. Not running Gemstone Caverns in this list. Obviously having to support a 4-colour mana base as well as... Oh, they mill a Grist, so they get an extra token. Thankfully, no sign of a... Okay, there's another land. But yeah, thankfully no sign of a Soul Cauldron. So yeah, we're just going to slam Shardless Agent here. Wouldn't mind finding a white card. What does that do for us? Not very much. Okay, just slam here. Make 10 power. not much else we can do. Yeah, when Grist hits another Grist, it always feels... I mean, it feels amazing if you're on the Yawgmoth side of the table. Okay, sacrificing a creature, probably sacrifice the plant. Yeah, going to kill a Rhino. And I think we're probably going to attack Grist with everything. Okay, another Wall of Roots is pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll just... Crashing Footfalls. Not the best draw. So we could go... The opponent's only got one card in hand. I'm pretty sure they don't have Yawgmoth, because they would have just played it here. If we ice their Blooming Marsh, they can't play a Yawgmoth if they top... Oh yeah, of course they can. They got Halfling. We could attack everything at Grist and then go 1 damage, 1 damage. How good is that? I think I just want to make more Rhinos. I think I want to attack everything at Grist first. See how they block. Well, they could just go block, block. But yeah, we're happy to trade the Shardless Agent for a couple of insects here. I would imagine they double block. This is pretty good for us. Hopefully they don't cord. Okay, no cord. This block is interesting. Like, it keeps the Grist alive, but... Right, we get to kill one of their Wall of Roots. I guess they were playing around a removal spell on the... yeah, I think they're valuing the Grist really, really highly here. See what they do with Underground Mortuary. They put a forest into the graveyard, which is good for us. So we've got some good draws, including like land is fine for hardcast Solitude. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Pretty sure they didn't have a Yawgmoth in hand. They can now cord. Wonder if we're meant to just kill something to stop them cording. Although they're gonna, I guess if they Grift uptick, we can kill 2 things. Wouldn't be surprised to see them Grift downtick. Depends what they have. Looks like this might be a cord. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep, cord for 4. Yawgmoth. Yeah, it is a 2/4. Yeah. Notably, when we attack now, we probably don't want to attack with Shardless Agent. Yawgmoth has protection from humans. They are sacrificing a lot of stuff. But we are going to try and attack Grist though. Maybe we do want to attack with Shardless Agent. They've sacrificed a lot. Like, if we can find, yeah, some way to kill Yawgmoth, like a land would be really good. A white spell I would use to just pitch. They sacrifice the token as well. They got 5 cards in hand, but they can go and get Dryad Arbor here. We could just ice Yawgmoth, which we probably do. Another Crashing Footfalls is probably the worst draw. So if we just attack Yeah, let's start with an attack. If they go and get Dryad Arbor, Grist still dies. Although maybe we're meant to ice anyway. But if they block a Rhino, we get to kill Yawgmoth instead. What have they got here? Okay, they proliferate. So we can still ice here. Okay, so they kill the Shardless Agent. These become 2/2s. But they're going to... Yeah, like... They still have to block. Which is fine, because then we just fire the Yawgmoth. They do get to keep the Grist, though. I think we kill Yorg. Suspend, go. So 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Going up to 4 now. 2 Yawgmoths in the graveyard. Zulaport Cutthroat is in the graveyard, which is very interesting. Insidious Roots. Okay, wasn't expecting that one. Creature tokens have add 1 mana. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to send everything at Grist. Subtlety's a really good draw, actually. Attack with everything at Grist. There's a Grist in the graveyard anyway. No point in blocking from the opponent. Okay, so we're doing okay. They've, yeah, 2 Yawgmoths down. That's fine. We don't care about that. I guess we could have Subtlety to start attacking. Like, if we Subtlety, they couldn't Chord. Okay, we find Ardent Plea, which is actually really good. I'm not going to play it. I think actually all our Crashing Footfalls are gone anyway, so that's just a card to pitch to Solitude now. Okay, no blocks from the opponent. Okay, just pass the turn. We've got some instant speed interaction up. They don't do anything, so that implies they don't have like Chord or something. I wonder if Insidious Roots... Ball of Roots is fine. We can just Solitude that. If we want. I think we're just keeping attacking though. Wouldn't be surprised to see a double block here. Ardent Plea pitching to Solitude and Subtlety is nice. Well, there's an Omnath as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see like them double block with these two. Put the opponent to 8. Are we going to cast this Omnath? When do we get Rhinos? Next turn. So if we cast Omnath now, draw a card. If we draw fetch, fetch. But we can just hold up these 2, which might be better. The opponent's only got 2 cards in hand. Like, I feel like just playing it safer. Maybe we're meant to just slam Omnath there. But we can now cast both of these, or just cast Subtlety. Another Insidious Roots is fine. Wish I'd cast Omnath now. But it's easy to imagine them getting like Yawgmoth or something there. I guess we can't deal with something we can't deal with is Soul Cauldron. Although Solitude does deal with Soul Cauldron fine. Cast this. Okay, find a breeding pool. So I guess we shock that in. Yeah, that's kind of committing to just not playing Omnath this turn. Okay, that's fine. Opponent goes to 6. I think I think it's fine. I think the arguments can be made either way. Like, it's very easy with hindsight to see, oh, they didn't they just top decked other useless Insidious Roots, but yeah, I think this is better. Like, playing it super safe. Like, now we can hard cast Solitude. We don't need to do anything here. Because we're attacking for, they go block here. Yeah, I don't think they can absorb enough damage, especially when we can pitch cast Solitude to eat the Wall of Roots. Hope this isn't Cord. Looks like it might be. Cord for 2. Okay, we can't do anything about it anyway. Scavenging Ooze. Okay, so that can get pretty large. Okay, I think I just cast Solitude now. They're going to gain a load of life, which is fairly irritating. But it strands. No, I think we let them. Oh no, it will stop. It will gain 1 fewer life actually. So if they go for, they can't Cord though. They've already put a counter on this. So yeah, let's just. Although actually, I wonder if we just meant to Solitude the Wall of Roots. Then this blocks, but this can't. Yeah, I'm just going to Solitude the Wall of Roots. Yeah, this was bad sequencing. Actually, should have thought through it more. Because they are going to gain some life. Although Wall of Roots stops them gaining another life. Oh, they can make tokens though. Ah, that's, yeah, that is something actually. Okay, that's pretty good. Maybe I should have Solituded the Scavenging Ooze. Did forget about those Insidious Roots. Ardent Plea. So Ardent Plea doesn't help us. I'm just going to cast Omnath, see what we find. Another Omnath. Okay, let's attack with everything. So we attack with everything. I think we have to attack with everything. Like, they go block. Yeah, I think attacking with everything is fine. Maybe I should have thought about this one as well. There's so many creature cards to exile from skews though. Yeah, that's pretty good. Probably should have just should have solituded the Scavenging Ooze there. Actually, that would have been much better, because like they gain a life and this just becomes huge. That's quite a combo actually. They eat 2 more creatures. Wait, do these get counters every time this happens? Oh yeah, I've messed this one up. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, I definitely needed Solitude. That's really good. In fact, I think that's won them this game. Because now Scavenging Ooze is a 6/6. I mean, I can't get too mad. Scavenging Ooze is I do love Scavenging Ooze, but now they can just block all of our Rhinos and we can't win. Yeah, that just does it. Well, Insidious Roots. I don't think that actually helps us if I just solituded differently there. Let's say we solitude the skews, they just do that sorcery speed, they still make all these plants. God, I really thought we were in good shape there. Right. Does that make Force of Vigor more attractive? Like, they had to have exactly Scavenging Ooze, I guess. I think we'll just run it back. I don't think I'm going to sideboard too much against Insidious Roots. Yeah, that sounds good. So we go turn 1. Okay, I have to think a little bit about our lands here. So we've got Lush Portico. This can fetch the blue one. So we need red from this. So it needs to be red-green Stomping Ground. Yeah, Stomping Ground. Then that lets us go Lush Portico on 2, and then Arid Mesa for a Steam Vents, probably. Cast Shardless Agent on 3. Got Endurance as well, and Fable. Got a lot of powerful 3-drops. Okay, another land. We'll just leave with Lush Portico. That's fine. Good against Insidious Roots. Good against... I think we're going to keep that as just a spell. Like, it's good against Cauldron, good against Insidious Roots, good against Soulless Jailer. If they play Soulless Jailer, which I imagine they do. Like, it's not ideal to find another land, although we are a Solitude deck, so... Okay, well there's the Cauldron. Is this Chalice? Ballista. Ooh, that's scary. Okay. I think I'm just gonna Endurance this turn now. Or we could just Fable, but I don't really want to. Just gonna get a basic island. So either Shardless Agent. Can they then combo with Ballista? I think they need more stuff. I think I just want to... in my head, they need more stuff for a Cauldron kill with Ballista. Like, I don't think they can do that on turn 3 with no board. And I really want to get the pressure down. I guess they could go Grist. I guess this make... Yeah, they go Grist. Mill Bowmasters. Okay, this is fine because they're not. Hopefully, they won't do it. Oh, they do it. Okay, that's fine. So now we're kind of forced to endurance. Omnath draw. Not endurance. Sorry, Boseiju. Do we want to kill Grist? I think we're just attacking with everything at them. Then we go. Oh, that's pretty good. Do we care now about like how much do we care about Soul Cauldron? They go up tick. No, I think we can just pass. Like in response to some, anything, we can just Boseiju the Soul Cauldron. Don't really want to give them more mana. Can also just endurance if they target something with Soul Cauldron. Insidious Roots is fine. Half thing is fine. What do we need? Can we get Meticulous Archive here? I guess Xander's Lounge makes it so that Leyline Binding is a very good draw, but then Solitude we can't hard cast. I think just getting Meticulous Archive is fine. I don't mind a land for Omnath. Okay, we get to make Rhinos here. Land also actually lets us... I guess we could cast Omnath here. The trouble is if they activate in response, exile, Bowmasters, we haven't got a card to pitch. But how bad is that for us? I think we just go land, and then we can go endurance and Boseiju in the same turn. Okay, let's just cast endurance. Oh, that does make a token with Insidious Roots. But only one. And it is only a small one. Okay, opponent double blocking. Okay, so then we'll fetch shock. Temple Garden or Breeding Pool. Don't think it really matters. Do we just Boseiju right now? I think so. Pass the turn. Ballista's gone, which is good. We're fairly weak I guess it gives them a surveil, but I think that's fine. We're fairly weak to... what's it called? Legion's End. Hopefully they don't have that. Got 3 cards. Omnath. Yawgmoth is pretty good. Another Soul Cauldron is okay. Wall of Roots is fine. I guess they could cord for Scavenging Ooze again, but they haven't got enough. They haven't got much mana to. Okay, there's a Yawgmoth. Oh, I guess Insidious Roots goes nuts with undying creatures. Okay, so they're going for some stuff. Yeah, probably should have respected Insidious Roots more. It might be the case that we... okay, but I think... So they can start making a load of stuff here with Insidious Roots is the problem. They do have to pay a life each time. Okay, yeah, Insidious Roots is quite impressive here. I still think an attack with everything. Well, making loads of plants. They do have to sack creatures every time, though. Oh, this is kind of infinite draw in terms of, well, infinite insofar that they can do it as many times as they've got life. So an attack with the wall isn't actually that good now. Although they have to sacrifice another thing if they want to. So we attack with everything. They can block everything, but we'd get through for some damage. Okay, they go to 2. Still have Fire Ice in the deck. They go to 1. Make another plant. Luckily, oh yeah, this is where Walking Ballista would have just killed, because they could just remove all these counters and then ping us to death. Walking Ballista is gone though. Okay, opponent's at 1. Subtlety. So we attack with everything. They block everything, so they go block the smallest on. So they go block here, and then they block one of these each with a Rhino. They take 1. I think that's just the play. If they cord, we're probably dead anyway. What could we draw from Omnath? Dismember? They could flash in Bowmasters. So let's say they go take a counter. Yeah, okay, so we play around Bowmasters here. We just attack with everything. I think I've done my maths right. So if they flash in Bowmaster, we subtlety it. Hopefully that's good enough. Oh, close game. Close game. Insidious Root is very good there. So, okay. So first thoughts, maybe this stuff's a little clunky, but I don't know, it gained us some life in game 1. Yeah, and like in a grindy match, you're never sad to see Omnath off the top. Okay, well, good start. The Yawgmoth's going to be very popular going forward, I think. So good to get the win there. See you for the next round. Right, what do we think about this? I think it's fine. We can go turn 1. So we've got the Grixis Triome and then Lush Portico. So we can go Lush Portico, Surveil, try and find our land, and then binding something. Yeah, I think it's fine. And we've got I got a free spell as well. So the opponent's playing Spikefield Cave. Okay, don't know what this is. So this can't go and get Grixis Triome. Maybe we should be playing Windswept Heath. I think it's fine. Another Spikefield Cave. Okay, so we're just going to get the Surveil land. So Lush Portico. Don't want to draw that one. If they don't do something, we have to draw another one. What is there on next turn that we'd want to binding? We kind of want to Surveil again anyway, so yeah, drawing 2 Crashing Footfalls off that isn't great. Yeah, I think we have to Surveil now. Let's just play 2 Spikefield Caves. Don't know what they're on. Could be some sort of mono red. Blood Moon would hurt us quite a lot. Oh, could that is a Blood Moon. Okay, so we can go and get Island or Forest. That's the other trouble. We're so much more susceptible to this. Or we could get Archive. I don't think we can get Archive. Do we have anything that deals with the Blood Moon? I guess we have Boseiju, so we go and get basic Forest. Yeah. Lucky we did suspend, actually. And this also suspends more, I guess. Okay, we do find another land. Blood Moon much better against us. Ritual. It's like Belcher or something. No, it's Belcher. Okay, so we're dead to anything that's not Boseiju or basic Plains would do as well. It doesn't do. Okay, Goblin Charbelcher. Yeah, I mean, it was just the Blood Moon that got us really. Like, binding would have been really good. Fortunately, we didn't show the opponent that we're elementals, but we're probably trimming Omnaths and stuff. Okay. So, Force of Negation's in. Boseiju in. Dismember out. Definitely Solitude out. Like, Subtlety's a weird one. We think they're just Charbelcher, but sometimes they do run the like the Balustrade Spy stuff. It's probably not. I think we'll cut the Subtleties. Mystical Dispute's probably fine. Force of Vigor as well, in case they play any of the ramp artifacts. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, we like to play first. This is fine. So we'll go. We need to get white mana with this. Bit controlling, and maybe these 2 Omnaths aren't amazing. I'll probably Surveil here. Go grab. We need white, so it's either Lush Portico. Okay, so we can, yeah, we'll get Meticulous Archive because it's double We need double blue. We will take another force. Shock this in. I think I'm just going to ice here. Because we really want to find our land. Stop them ritual blood mooning as well. Right, upkeep, ice the land. Oh, need some blue mana. Okay, find a land. The land is tapped, but does turn on Leyline Binding for 1 mana. Okay, Crashing Footfalls. So we'll do this, pass the turn. So yeah, we can Binding now, we can Force. Okay, Manamorphose is fine. Could be looking for lands, I guess. Ritual's fine. We let that resolve. If it's Belcher, we could let it resolve and just Binding it. Maybe that's just better? It's Force better. Are they likely to run anything that kills? I think this is the best chance we're going to get to use Binding. I guess they could Pact, but we've got the Force of Negation, so... Okay, Lush Portico, not actually a bad draw. What do we think of that one? I think graveyarding that is fine. Probably not going to be using that one. I guess we could have topped it. Ritual's fine. It's Force now. Yeah, having access to Force is actually really good. Okay, so we'll let the Pact resolve, and then we can Force again, pitch Omnath, and then they lose in their upkeep. So what the opponent was trying to do there is they can, if they force through a Charbelcher with Pact of Negation in response to the trigger in their upkeep, they can activate Belcher. We lose the game before their Pact trigger resolves, and they lose the game. Okay, so we didn't see anything that made us want to change. Obsidian Charmaw was interesting. Because it just stone raining them, but we're unlikely to be able to cast it for less than 5 because all their lands produce colours. Teferi's good against Pact, but maybe Fable actually. Yeah, Fable actually hits the sideboard here. Should have done that last time. It doesn't pitch to anything. Not the game for a another grindy 3-drop. Teferi just more impactful. Like there, Teferi would have saved us from the win. Fable not been that impressive. Like, what do we think here? Binding is good. I think we keep this. But Ritual Blood Moon is a little bit of a worry. Ooh, okay, so Force of Negation is probably the best card we could draw here. This can get basic plains. Oh, we meant to get basic island here. Possibly. Basic island fights a lot against this though. Strike it rich is fine. Do they have another land? They do. We've got the Force for a Blood Moon. I kind of just want to get... Let's just get Xander's Lounge. Sort our colours out. Then we'll go land. Pass the turn. Maybe going 3 Omnath would be correct. So again, if they go for... Okay, they're going to recross the paths. I could force here, pitch Omnath. I actually think that's not too bad. Yeah, because yeah, we have to do this. So let's go force, pitch Omnath. They could pact, but then we... Oh, Veil of Summer is pretty brutal. Okay. So how... Yeah, that possibly wins them the game. We could do with drawing like another Force. A Boseiju would be pretty good. So what happens here is, because they don't have any land cards, essentially they just get to stack their deck however they like. So it usually involves them reforging the soul. I think it's called that, which is like a miracle Wheel of Fortune effect. They draw 7 new ones, and of those they have loads of rituals and just let an Ironcrag feats and stuff, and it just lets them cast Goblin Charbelcher. And they probably put a load of pacts on as well, so we probably can't beat this series because they can just stack their deck however they want. Oh, Force on the top. That is so we can put that on the top or bottom. We're going to put that straight on the top. That was going to be one of the cards. I was just thinking while they were doing that, that is what we want to draw. So we're not going to fetch because we've got this Mystical Dispute as well. So what we have to do, we're just going to get a basic island here, I think. Oh no, not a basic island. I think it's actually Hallowed Fountain because we want to be able to cast Binding as well. And then pass the turn. So here, unfortunately, we have to pitch Shardless Agent. Probably should have... I forgot about the fact that what's it called? Recross the Paths lets you essentially scry 1 because they're going to win. So should have surveilled first, but actually this did pretty well for us. Okay, the Manamorphose. I wonder if I meant to just force that one. Let me just check how much how much Reforge the Soul costs. Right, so Reforge the Soul costs 2 mana. So I think what we do here is we just go Force Pitch Shardless Agent on Manamorphose. They'll draw it, won't be able to pay for it, and then it kind of just ruins their whole pile, is my plan. I mean, we haven't got anything going on is the problem. Manamorphose, they make 2 mana, they cast Oh, do we just want to force that one? They know we've got Force. Why are they doing this in upkeep? They know we have Force, so if we force this, they pact. I think I'm just going to force. So what if we pitch Mystical Dispute? If we pitch Mystical Dispute and they have pact, we lose. I'm just going to force. I don't know that we have to pitch Shardless Agent. Okay. Ardent Plea. So yeah, we just have to pass again here. Like, trouble is we're just not pressuring them. But if they go Ironcrag Feet, okay, I'm just going to binding that treasure token. This is where not having Violent Outburst really hurts. Okay, Arid Mesa. I think we just have to keep passing. I guess actually, yeah, I think we just have to keep going, like, and then surveil, hopefully into something. Maybe I've played this too. Okay, that's good. So no Ironcrag Feet. Play another binding. Like if they go pact, we can dispute. It might be that they have loads of pacts, I guess. Maybe binding that treasure token wasn't the best. That would have given them potentially access to Veil of Summer. Okay, well they do have another Pact of Negation, so now we're surveilling to try and find Boseiju, Force of Vigor. So to that end we want to go and get Lush Portico to unlock Force of Vigor. So we've got 2 looks at something that wins the game here. It's not one of them. Yeah, maybe that Leyline Binding was really loose. Come on. Well, that also does good work. Thank goodness we took out Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Oh, I tapped wrong. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I was going to say we can bounce Leyline Binding with this and play that, which actually is probably better. We should have tapped this, this and this. Bounce Leyline Binding, draw a card, replay Leyline Binding. But yeah, we wouldn't have done that. We would have just returned Goblin Charbelcher. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We could have bounced Binding. The risk is, I was going to say that they could like Manamorphose something to our Leyline Binding, but yeah, we get lucky there. I think the sequencing was fine. Do let me know if you'd have done anything different. It was quite complicated, that one, with the Manamorphose and drawing the Force. We did get a tad lucky seeing Force of Negation on the top and then surveilling into Teferi. But we played to our outs. We do win the game. And yeah, happy with that. See you for round 3. Right, on the draw here against a Kahira deck. This hand is good, but it's missing a blue land. I think we'll keep it and hope to draw the blue land. Like, I think we can mulligan into a lot worse hands than this. Like, blue is... A Kahira is very likely to be control, and this has some good control, anti-control cards in it. Okay, we instantly draw the blue land. Just like we knew we would. So, control probably gets a lot better against us these days. We can't buy an outburst. Like, it was always a difficult matchup anyway. Okay, so with Temple Garden we will have full domain, which is nice. And then it's just a case of whether we want to just keep jamming threats. Okay, Commercial District. So I'm a bit surprised at that. Okay, so we'll ice the island. It could be some sort of elementals build. Okay, we draw Crashing Footfalls, which isn't the best. Could be... Yeah, I don't know what this is. Okay, I'm just going to... While they haven't got blue mana, I'm just going to jam Ardent Plea. Like, a little bit afraid of Reprieve, I guess. But... Fortunately, not present here. Could be Supreme Verdict as well, I guess. But Supreme Verdict, we can then jam Fable. Wouldn't mind hitting a couple of lands. Could be Teferi, which, yeah, like, it's good. Like, Teferi into Solitude is rough. Like, we'll try and attack the Teferi here. If not, we'll probably have to Binding it. Okay, they do have Solitude. Okay, so it is like Omnath control, essentially. I guess while that's like that, I think I'm just going to actually play the Fable. Fable good here. Like, we can attack the Teferi next turn with it. It uses all our mana here. Like, Omnath is an issue. Okay, they've got their own Fable. Do they have domain? Swamp Forest Island, yeah, they do. Okay, so we're going to discard a few bits here. So we'll discard Crashing Footfalls and... yeah, I think Solitude. Then we'll go Dismember here. They're probably Binding, but if they're going to use Binding on our... Okay, they use Prismatic Ending, that's also fine. We'll just go Fire, deal this 2 damage. Play a land. Actually, we might as well Binding their Fable. We're going to have to get rid of it at some point anyway. I guess Teferi bounce the Fable is an issue. But like, if they go to Fairy, we might have to Subtlety, but maybe it's just not worth it. Cosmic Rebirth, we can't do anything about that anyway. Right, yeah, so they get to hit our binding. They do miss a land drop. Okay, fire. What do we think about that? So we go fire, deal 1, deal 1. Binding. Get rid of the Fable. I don't think we want to binding the Shaman. Like, they can attack. They find land anyway. What have they got here? The One Ring. Okay. Okay, so we're binding that. Like, if we're binding now, it means they don't get to draw a card. They do obviously gain protection. Not going to block here. Can you make tokens of tokens? Yes, so we can make tokens of our Rhinos, which is interesting. Okay, they have a Leyline Binding. What are they going to hit though? Okay, they hit the binding, so they can now draw with the ring. We find Teferi. That's actually really good. Like, I want to do the cool play, which is Ardent Plea, make some Rhinos, copy the Rhino, attack for 5. But I think while they're tapped out, getting Teferi down is just so much better. Then we can bounce their token, draw a card, find a land. I guess the problem is they're just going to draw so many cards from the ring. Well, I get to draw 1 for draw step, up to 4, then 2 for the ring as well, which is pretty good. I wonder if we could just accommodate the ring in Rhinos. Probably not. Omnath. I don't think we can afford Subtlety that. Like, we Subtlety it and they just haven't got. We haven't got anything. But we need to make Rhinos here. This is probably a loss. Like, I don't think. But we do have Omnath in the deck as well. If they go for Brennan 6. Okay, prismatic ending there. And prismatic ending on that is pretty good. Omnath obviously combining well with the ring. So yeah, we're just going to get a Surveil land here. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. More blue actually. Got 3 blue pips in our hand. We'll top that one. Question is, do we binding the ring, which is drawing them cards, or do we draw binding Omnath, which is gaining them life? I think I have to binding the ring. And then, yeah, the risk of them finding Teferi I think is too great. We can also kill the Omnath easier than we can kill the One Ring. But Solitude, although Dismember's gone I guess, but we can attack and block through it as well. I think if we let them untap, draw 3 cards, which would definitely include a land, we can't beat the draw power of the ring. We probably can't beat the life gain from Omnath either, but opponent surveils Supreme Verdict into the yard, which is a bit scary. Like, opponent attacks here with double block. Like, it's very bad into Solitude, but yeah. But we lose both our Rhinos here, but I think we had to take the chance. Maybe we should have known that they were going to do that. Okay, we find Steam Vents, and I'm happy to call that a day. Maybe happy is the wrong word, but yeah, Omnath and the ring. I think we have some sideboard. Don't know whether we're meant to bring in Force here. I think we are meant to try and aggro them. So Boseiju seems fine for, they'll probably bring in chalices and stuff. I don't know about Force. Like, Teferi is bad, but going down a card, I guess Force for the ring. Yeah, I think we are meant to, I think we're meant to bring in Force and Teferi. Solitude is fine, Subtlety is fine. Like, are we really going to beat their Omnath? Maybe we went to side out Omnath. Like Dispute. And Subtlety. Maybe this is a game where we actually side out Omnath. Like, we're never going to go over the top of them. To try and get under them. Cut a couple of Solitudes. Although I guess Solitude is good against Omnath. Like, is binding good? Probably. Maybe cut Fire Ice. Yeah, really not sure in this matchup. Like, I feel like we're meant to go more aggro, so like make the Rhinos force their Teferi. Just try and kill them before they can get Omnath and the ring online. Could be wrong, we could go the other way and start Omnathing them, but I think they're probably the better Omnath deck. This is a hand without any green in and no Cascader. I think we probably need Oh, that's even worse. Okay, we'll keep this one. Bottom a Subtlety and a Fire Ice, I guess. Really not ideal mulliganing on the play against this deck, though. So we'll go and get Surveil land first, and probably what we're going to get, if we get Lush Portico and then Steam Vents, probably. Yeah, I think we're in for a Fable. It's something to do on turn 3 potentially. So let's go get Steam Vents. We'll ice the land. Really need to see a land. Maybe we're meant to get rid of the Fable. Apparently playing quite a few Surveil lands. Another one hits the bin there. Land? Oh, that's gross. Maybe we're meant to bottom anything that wasn't a land there. Okay, well, still no lands. Have to force a Chalice here. Yeah, I'm going to force. Don't know if that's worth it or not. Maybe we're meant to save it, but fixing their mana every time. If we don't find a land, it's pretty much game over anyway. Yeah, I think I've had well, we'll see what they do. If they play like a ring, or if they play anything here, we're pretty much dead. We played 23 lands in this deck, and we surveilled, and we've drawn 2 with Fire Ice. We can possibly beat a Fable. Okay, not to be with this one. Yeah, lands deserted us. We had a lot of ways to make Rhinos and stuff, but I think we'll just move on to the next game. Right, gonna mulligan the one lander here, I think, into another one lander. I think we have to mulligan again. We'd have to hit runner. I guess we could surveil and then. Do we think we're going to do better going to 6? Opponents kept 7. I think with the surveil, I'm going to try this. It might not be correct. Let's get rid of Subtlety. No, let's get rid of Solitude. Don't know. Like I think maybe. I don't know, maybe this is loose, but we can surveil and hopefully draw. Okay, we instantly find it, which is good. Well, we find 1. So we're going to get Lush Portico here. Okay, looks like we're against the Goryo's Vengeance deck. They put 1 on top. Don't know how we are against that deck. We're going to be the Archaeologist. Could Subtlety the Archaeologist? Subtlety hasn't got many other good targets. They don't run Teferi in the main. Let's see what we're going to draw. So I'm going to get Lush Portico. Graveyard that one, and then I think I am gonna Subtlety. Like, it's a bit of a weird one, but Subtlety loses a lot later on. See if they put it on top. They do put it on top. It's their main way to get stuff into the graveyard. Hopefully we'll find a land. We do find our land. Okay, so we'll ice. Okay, they do they Faithful Mending to use their mana. So they can't cast the Archaeologist at least, but this does also allow them, yeah, they put a Traxer into the graveyard. Okay, we find Shardless Agent. Which we're just going to cast. We've got 4 cards in hand. We know one of them is the Archaeologist. They're surveilling. They put a Tainted Indulgence into the graveyard. Leyline Binding is a little bit weird in this one, because they usually, so they go Attract and then look for Ephemerate. So it's hard to time the binding. They got 5 cards in hand. I guess they might be playing around Force. Should probably not auto yield. Okay, they shock in. Okay, Grief is fine. Right, so they take the binding. Okay, well, we find a land. Let's attack first with everything. Okay, so 10. They'd go up to 17, but with Ardent Plea, right, they'd go up to 17 with a Traxer, but then potentially kill it as, like, ephemerate it. So they, well, yeah, if they go a Traxer, go up to 17 and then ephemerate it and are able to block, that's obviously not good for us. They didn't go for it last time, I guess. Grief, but that implies they haven't got, because if they had a white card for Grief, right, don't hit it. Okay, so there's no no Goryo's Vengeance found from Archaeologist. If they had a black card, though, they'd have just gone, and if they had a black card and Goryo's Vengeance, they'd have just gone for it. Okay, well, no, nothing to be found here. So opponent actually dared to, why have they, oh, because they had to, wait, why did they lose some life there? Oh, because they fetched Shocked. Okay, well, they could have lived. We'd have drawn a card for turn. Teferi's pretty good. So we could have gone, if we'd have played Omnath into fetch land Teferi, that would have been obviously very, very strong. Ardent Plea, another thing with Ardent Plea and playing Teferi time Raveler, is that we get to bounce the Ardent Plea and make more make more Rhinos. Right, so we definitely want the Endurances. I want the Time Raveler. Subtletying that Archaeologist was good there. Definitely want all the forces. Dismember. on Grief. Like, they do play Grief Scam. So actually Subtlety is probably fine. What don't we like? We like the Solitudes, we like the Bindings. We got 8 cards to cut. Is it another one? Are we cutting Omnath again? This isn't easy. I guess Fable was a bit slow. Definitely trim a couple of Omnaths. Binding is fine because they're probably bringing in Teferi and stuff as well. What about... Yeah, icing Atraxa isn't nothing. Subtlety for Grief. Got 5 cuts to make though. So Endurance is a slam dunk, definite. What about Teferi? I think Teferi... Yeah, because it means they can't ephemerate. Although they probably just attack Teferi. All of these are great. Is it some number of this stuff? Do we just take out the other two? Take out the other 2 Omnaths. Got 3 more cuts. 1 Fire Ice. 1 Binding, 1 Solitude, something like that. Maybe we shouldn't be focusing as much on if Atraxa comes down and just focusing on stopping it coming down in the first place. I think we'll just go with this and see how it goes. So if they land Atraxa, but I guess stopping it attacking is big. Stopping them maybe hitting the ephemerate off of the trigger. Yep, we'll keep this one. Like ice, we got triple endurance. So don't really want to see a Grief Scam, but you never do. Okay, Solitude, not the best draw. What lands are we going to get? We want double green, but our Triome is not green. Let's lead off with, we'll just get Lush Portico. I think it's just Lush Portico Steam Vents for now. Could be Lush Portico Breeding Pool, actually. Yeah, I think I might look at changing the lands up a little bit, maybe having an off-colour. Okay, they Surveil Grief into the graveyard. It's going to be the Archaeologist, maybe? No Archaeologist. Yeah, let's get the Portico. Surveil into the graveyard. I want to find a land, really. Okay, well that is a land. The question is, do we play now Misty Rainforest to ice a land? I think so, because we really don't want Teferi coming down. I'm just going to ice the Archive. Okay, they Tainted Indulgence. Yeah, so let's go and get... Oh, it's now definitely Breeding Pool. Because we've got the red and black here. Ice the land. I think it's correct to ice the white-blue here rather than the black. They could have Thoughtseize, I guess. Okay, Crashing Footfalls, not the best draw, but does pitch to Endurance. They do have an Atraxa in the graveyard. Okay, they've got Grief, pitching Grizzlebrand. they're going to see a lot of stuff. Triple endurance. They take a Solitude. So they're going to scam the grief. I would imagine they take Shardless Agent here, and then it depends what we draw. Okay, yeah, Ephemerate is fine. They'll take Shardless Agent in case we top deck the land. If we top deck the land, I might Sorcery Speed put their graveyard back. Okay, just double Crashing Footfalls. I think we'll just suspend one. Maybe we went to suspend both, but if they find Teferi or Engineered Explosives, it's so bad. Oh, they can... Yeah, this lets us pitch an Endurance as well, without having to get rid of the other one, so we can still Endurance the turn after. We've got 3 cards in hand. See what we draw. Okay, that's okay. They could go for Ephemerate. If they do, we'll just try and fire the grief. Okay, Faithful Mending's fine. If they fetch here, I will Endurance them. Or will we just fire the grief? I think Endurance is fine. They got 2 Attractors in there. Yeah, I think casting this is fine. I think better than... Yeah, better than just sitting on it. Well, I guess they do get to Surveil this way. If they haven't got a Tractor on the top, which kind of defeats the purpose of our Endurance. They put one on top. Oh, they got 3 cards though. I guess they could hard cast a grief if they found one. How long till our Rhinos come down? Still quite a while. So if they go grief, take off fire, ice. Maybe we were meant to kill this to play around. Play around Ephemerate here. Yeah, that's pretty good. They're probably going to take fire ice. Depends what they've got in hand. Yeah, they take the fire ice. Ooh, Teferi's rough. Teferi's really rough. Yeah. Okay, binding is good. But what do we binding? I think it's just suspend here. Binding Teferi. then we could pitch Endurance. Like if they surveil a... Okay, they just surveil another surveil land in there. Okay, we can't do anything now. They take an Endurance. Guess we could have kept the Crashing Footfalls in hand, but... Okay, Archaeologist is one of their best draws. Okay, they've sided in Flusterstorm. They take Tainted Indulgence. But we do have the Endurance ready to go. Rhino's coming down eventually, hopefully. Okay, Ardent Plea. I think I'm just going to play that. Or are we? We know they've got Indulgence. We've got Rhinos coming down next turn anyway. I think it's better to play it safe. I mean, they know we've got the the Endurance. But they've only got 2 cards in hand. Waiting until we can potentially pitch Endurance as well. Hopefully we don't get punished by Teferi. They do play Force of Negation, I think. Well, some lists do, some lists don't. I think people like Young Dingo don't play Force. We haven't seen Thoughtseize though, so... Yeah, there's the Force. Okay, so now that we've drawn the green card, we'll just slam. Obviously Ardent Plea not as good as Shardless Agent. But Shardless Agent does have the advantage of pitching to Endurance here. It is nice that both of them pitch to more spells now. Like Violent Outburst only pitched to Endurance now that Fury's gone. Ardent Plea has some upsides over Violent Outburst. Maybe that's just me trying to look on the bright side. Thoughtseize. Well, there's no point in Endurancing here. So if they have Tainted Indulgence, Goryo's Vengeance, although they haven't got a big one in the graveyard. By big one, I mean obviously Atraxa. Sometimes they side into Emrakul. Okay, they take the Endurance, so we're all out of those. I guess, yeah, they're drawing now. Hopefully they don't discard Atraxa. If they discard Atraxa and then put it into play, we probably lose. Okay. Oh, Rhinos. No, Rhinos aren't coming down yet. Subtlety, eh? I'm going to attack with everything. And then... So playing... could have Ephemerate, which should be rough. Oh, hopefully I didn't just yield. I think I just cast the Shardless Agent. Like if they go... I'm just going for it. Like, the risk is that they go Engineered Explosives and then it wraths all of our Rhinos. But if we don't do this, we potentially can't kill them next turn. As it is, we've now got, what, 16, 18 power. That we can potentially kill them through an Atraxa hit. And if we don't play it, then Goryo's Vengeance, Atraxa plus Grief kills us. Okay. So we going to make even more Rhinos here. I guess they could have Solitude. Okay, well, that's probably our best draw. A little bit surprised the opponent didn't. If they had Solitude, like, because now we've drawn the Force of Negation to Subtlety it. Yeah, like if the opponent had gone for that in our turn, sorry, in their own sorcery speed, we couldn't Subtlety it, but we drew the blue card. So they exile one of our Rhinos, block the Shardless Agent. They go up to 11. It's still not great for them, but would have bought them a turn. Okay, well, we're 3-1 with our new Rhinos list. Let's see if we can make it 4-1. Right, on the draw here, going to keep this one. Decent hand. Got turn 1 removal, turn 2 tap land or something like that. Or mill removal. Okay, so I think we'll just go and get basic forest. Or is it just breeding pool? If we get breeding pool, basic plains, I think is the, because then we can go, yeah, breeding. Or if we get forest, plains, and then we haven't got island, yeah, we'll get breeding pool. I'm going to take a lot of damage here though. Right, we're already at 13, but we have to dismember the Ragavan. Fortunately, we've got an answer for a Voidwalker as well. Okay, so now we'll just go and get basic oh no, I should have played Sacred Foundry there. I suppose we could just tap the Ragavan if I don't want to take more damage, because you have to shock in next time. Is tapping just better? Drawing an extra card. Because then the Ragavan, I would have to get Steam Bents here, then shock in Sacred Foundry, putting us to 8 as opposed to 12. Yeah, I needed to play Sacred Foundry there. That was dumb. I think we'll just kill it. I think we'll. Yeah. Maybe we weren't even meant to kill it. Maybe we were just meant to take a hit from it. Yeah, because of Douthie Voidwalker. Okay, so now we need to. They didn't find another land. Oh, we do find Binding as well. Okay, go to 8, play Time Raveler, return it. Okay, finding a land is actually potentially good there. I guess we do have this Omnath. Okay, Fable, that's really good for us. Because now we just go plus Ardent Plea. Cast this Footfalls. Play the Archive. Put that on top. Go. And then next turn we get to go Omnath. Oh, next turn it's going to be disgusting. We get to go Omnath, assuming the opponent doesn't Thought Seize us. We get to go Omnath, fetch land, Shardless Agent. Okay, opponent attacks us, we'll just block. Bowmaster, sure. I guess they could have double Bowmaster. Yeah, looks that way. Which is fine, we're just going to go Omnath. Like, they get to shoot something from Omnath. But, that's fine. Let's just plus. We'll attack first. Ardent Plea giving +1/+1. And then Omnath go. Yeah, plussing before. Obviously really big. What basic can we go and get? Actually, we don't need to get a basic. Just go land. Gain some life. Fetch. Xander's Lounge. Make Omnath mana. Cascade with everything but white. Cast this Crashing Footfalls. And then cast Leyline Binding. Eat the token. That was a pretty good turn. End of our turn 5 with all of this. I guess reflection. Okay, they bolt the Shardless Agent. I'm surprised they don't bolt the Teferi. Shieldred's Edict. Oh, okay, that's why. Another Teferi. Yeah, we'll just go for an attack. They go to 1. So here we can go bounce Ardent Plea, make more Rhinos, but then we take 2 damage and they make a thing. I think that's probably fine. How bad is it though if they... So we take a damage. We don't really need more Rhinos. We could just go bounce Bowmasters, or yeah, bounce Bowmasters. Draw a card. We take 1 damage. Play the other Teferi. We can actually do both. So I think we, but then they get another trigger from that anyway. I think just bouncing Ardent Plea. There's 2 Crashing Footfalls gone. Okay, so that's okay. They're going to try and burn us out, I think. We get a 8, we get a 7. We're dead to double bolt. Oh no, because I guess we can force 1, so yeah, it's just double Ardent Plea now. Okay, so make sure leave up the appropriate. Okay, Crashing Footfalls. We'd be in a much healthier position if I hadn't messed around with losing so much life. Yeah, well, bouncing Ardent Plea is pretty good there. Harder to interact with than bouncing Shardless Agent as well. Thoughtseize is... Wait, oh, right, okay, sure. Yeah, they just lose the game by losing the 2 life. I was going to force there, then realised they're just doing it for information. Okay, well, it would have been better if I hadn't messed up the sequencing of lands, but... Okay, so we cut the force in this matchup. bring in the Subtlety. And then, like, I'm tempted by the other Teferi and the Endurances. But I don't think there's anything we want to cut. Yeah, I think we'll just submit that. Right, this hand's okay. I think we will keep, like, it's got some good stuff in it. Like, it's got removal. We're going to need to find another land, obviously. Oh, I shouldn't auto-yield, really. Okay, there's a Ragavan, which we're probably going to Solitude. Okay, Arid Mesa is a good draw. So we go Solitude, pitch. I mean, we're definitely playing Crashing. We're definitely suspending here. I think it's Solitude, pitch. Is it Binding or is it... I am going to Solitude here. What are we pitching? Teferi or Binding? I think it's just Teferi. Yeah, Binding's probably slightly better. See what the opponent does. Hopefully it's... Okay, they have the Thoughtseize. Got two answers potentially for a Douthie. Ragavan does mean we can't. That would be 3 types, but it lets them know what we've drawn. I think we will do that. I mean, do we really want? Do we care about them having that? I'm going to put that on top. Like, if they don't attack, we're fine to draw that. If they do attack, we're fine for them to exile it. Maybe we should be playing around Blood Moon. Okay, they do just choose to fire us, which is fine. Ooh, now that is a nice draw. So I need to go and get red. What have we got double colours wise? We've got double blue and double white, but we've got white here. I think just getting blue red. Can we get that? Yeah. So that casts it, doesn't it? Yep. We could have engineered explosives, of course. I guess another thing that I hadn't really considered is we've never got the chance, we've never get the opportunity to run more than 4 discard. Sorry, more than 8 cascade spells now. Because before, if we wanted to, we could run Ardent Plea, Violent Outburst, and Shardless Agent. Okay, so the opponent has Grief. They Undying it, but yeah, only get 1 card. Subtlety's interesting. Yeah, we'll put that one on. Well, no, because well, I think we, yeah, let's put it on top and then just pass. We could just attack with 1 for 5, but oh, they do have it. But they don't attack, which means we've got 1 on the bottom as well. So we've got a Shardless Agent on the top. So yeah, we'll just bash in for 8. They'll crack EE. Does get rid of their treasure token as well. They take the damage, so we'll just pass. We do have Subtlety to block the Ragavan potentially. think I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to go for the Subtlety here. Just a flash 3/3. Block the Ragavan. Maybe we're meant to wait on that in case they have something, but we're attacking. It attacks for 4. It's very interesting. We'll just go cascading again. Teferi is obviously a very good draw. Ardent Plea, meaning we get to attack for 4 with Subtlety. Should be almost game. Oh, Legion's End. Okay. Opponent attacks. Okay, well they got 2 cards in the hand, so if one of them's Lightning Bolt, okay, Ragavan, but that's fine, right? We just go to Teferi, bounce Ragavan, win the game. Yeah, okay, well, that went well. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Like, let's review the list, see what we thought. Obviously, do put any suggestions in the comments below. But modern is this one, isn't it? Yeah, so it felt good. Cards that overperformed were Subtlety. Teferi was really good. Teferi and Ardent Plea did come up a couple of times, I think. So those were real winners. Omnath, don't know about Omnath. Like he's obviously a very powerful card. He mostly came up because he pitches to Subtlety, Solitude, and Force of Negation and Endurance. So yeah, that. I think I like having access to some number of Omnaths. I think 4 is probably too many. I don't think he won us any games really, but really good to see that Rhinos can still compete. Whether this is better than trying to do the whole Scion thing, I don't know. I do like main deck Teferi. I think going mid range, I might go up to up some number of Teferis. Didn't miss Dead Gone that much, although we didn't see much Ragavan. Force of Negation felt good. Actually, that overperformed today as well. Might want to move a couple more from the sideboard in there. But yeah, got a few more bits with Rhinos to try out before. Yeah, I'll play another few games with the Leyline Scion version as well. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Hope you all enjoyed seeing some post-ban Rhinos, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Cheers.